What's going on, guys? It's your boy Bo, and we're back with another video today. And this will be the final Quidditch 101 video for now, until we get more information. So let's go ahead and get into it. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Bo, and like I said, we're back with another Quidditch 101 video. And before we get into this video, I also want to go ahead and state, since today is Friday and the playtest will be coming out on Saturday, for anybody that did get into the playtest, congratulations. You're one lucky person, and I envy you right now. And I will go ahead and say, for anybody that is currently still trying to get the game or get their NDA and stuff, all that signed, the NDA will be located in your email, and all it is just a simple button click and saying that you acknowledge. You know, it's not really, you're not signing the NDA, you're just acknowledging the NDA. So yeah, it'll be in the email that they send you along with your Steam key. The Steam key will let you download the game on Steam as long as your Warner Brothers account is linked, and from there you'll be able to play the game. But as always, guys, let's go ahead and get into the Quidditch 101 video. So this video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to go over our 2 seeker roles, or I should say 1 seeker role, 1 seeker for each team. You guys know how this works, right? Before we dive into these seekers, I do want to kind of go over the basics a little bit, at least as far as identifying and kind of calling out what's all here, right? So as we know before, we have 4 zones. We have R1, R2, B1, and B2. Sounds like R2-D2, but it is what it is, right? R1 being the left side of the red rings, R2 being the right side of the red rings, B1 being the left side of the blue rings, and B2 being the right side of the blue rings. And usually these are called out by, blue rings are usually your rings. I have them flipped here. I don't know why. I never really caught that. And red rings are the enemy rings. So typically, if it's the ball's on your side, you'll say the ball is in B1, B2, whatever zone it's in. If it's on their side, you'll say R1, R2, you know, vice versa. You guys kind of know how call-outs and stuff work, right? So, we also, you know, the quaffle's worth 10 points. That don't really matter for the seekers here. They're only worried about the snitch, and the snitch is worth somewhere around 30 points. We don't really know how much it's going to be worth. I'm hoping after this playtest concludes for the weekend, we kind of do know a little bit. I'm sure somebody's going to end up leaking it, so we'll know for sure by the next Quidditch 101 video. So I do want to kind of focus on these zones, the R1, R2, B1, B2 for the seekers, because there's a lot of strategies that you can use as a seeker to kind of help you get to the snitch faster than the other team. Now, please take everything you see and hear in this video with a grain of salt. We still don't know much of anything about the seekers or how flight's going to work, but I can guarantee you that these routes are going to be the best routes. So ideally, if the snitch is low on the field, no matter which zone it's in, you never want to go low. You always want to stay at least mid to high as far as your vertical goes. You never really want to be down by the grass or the sand. You don't want to be down there. You want to be about mid to high, because when the snitch dips and it goes back up, it's always going to go back up. I mean, I can guarantee you right now that the snitch is not going to be like a little RC car in the grass. It's always going to go up. So you always want to be at least mid to high in the pitch as far as being a seeker. Also, to note, the higher you are in the pitch, the less likely you are to be hit by those bludgers. Because most people are going to be playing low to mid, somewhere in that range as far as chasers and beaters. So if you're up high, they're really going to have to go out of their way to hit you. So just a little pro tip right there. So you always want to be at least mid to high for sure. So let's go ahead and get our snitch on the field so we can give a few examples, right? So ideally, your goal as a seeker is it's a 50-50 toss-up most of the time. If you got 2 really good seekers, it's going to be a 50-50 toss-up. Ideally, your role as a seeker is to cut off the snitch. You don't want to chase the snitch. You want to cut off the snitch. Because the way the snitch is programmed to work is that it is programmed to run from the seekers. I can tell you right now that that's how the snitch is going to work. It's not going to be programmed to go towards the seekers. It's specifically going to be programmed, and it's going to move and function on the pitch according to what the seekers do. So you're in a mental battle with the other team's seeker the entire time you're chasing this pitch. You want to counteract what they do because the snitch is gonna react to how they act. So you're really just battling, kind of counteracting what that seeker's doing. If the other team seeker goes left, the snitch is gonna go to the right, and vice versa, right? So as he goes left, you want to go right and kind of cut that snitch off. And at the very end, it's pretty much going to be who had more cutoffs, right? Who intercepted the snitch more often. So let's go ahead and get into an example so I can kind of visually show you what I'm talking about, right? So the snitch, let's assume that the snitch moves up here to B1, right? So the seeker 2, as he goes to grab the snitch, this snitch is probably more than likely, because based on the pitch right now, this snitch is probably going to go more this direction, right? Just based off of how open the field is down here, how close seeker number 2 is. So the snitch is going to be almost programmed to run more this direction. So seeker 1's job here is to cut off the snitch. So he's going to go straight up here in the field. So as the snitch goes here, he's like, oh, whoa, I'm running into another seeker. There's only one way I can go. So now the snitch is going to run. It could go high up in the pitch. It could go low in the pitch. So let's assume it kind of goes low and kind of comes back here to mid, right? So this seeker would have rotated this way to go grab the snitch. And now both of them, the snitch is on its way to wherever it decides to go, right? More than likely, it's probably going to want to rotate back to B2, because that's just how it would function, right? Because now both seekers are back behind it. They're still relatively close. The snitch is going to be programmed to go to the open spot on the field where there are the least amount of seekers are likely to be, right? So the biggest spot on the field that's unoccupied is where this snitch is going to go. And I don't think the snitch is going to take into consideration where the chasers and beaters are at. It could, but like I said, I don't think so. I'm just using how video games work, my esports knowledge. I don't think the snitch is gonna be programmed to react to chasers and beaters. So the snitch is going to go down this way. Seeker 1 is probably going to chase it at this point. So obviously this snitch is going to be like, whoa, where? Seeker's coming up. Where do I need to go? So the snitch is more than likely going to move back this way. The other seeker's going to try to cut it off. And of course this seeker's going to be chasing. Snitch is going to be like, oh, I'm running into this guy now, so I'm going to have to go this way. So it's essentially a battle between who can cut off the snitch faster, who can grab it and cut it off. So it's a mental battle between you and the other seeker the entire game. So there's not really too many tips I can give you rather than don't chase it. Cut it off. Don't chase it, right? I know the movies, it's, you know, it makes you want, you know, they're over there, you know, battling it out, bumping shoulders, you know, chasing it, you know, it's at their fingertips, you know, it's really, you know, it's really making the seeker role very dramatized, right? Ideally, this is the strategy that the pros are going to be using. So if you really want to step up your seeker game, you definitely want to cut the snitch off and don't chase it. Yeah, guys, that's about as many tips as I can give you here. I really hope that this strategy kind of helped you out, especially for all you seekers out there. This is probably going to be the last Quidditch 101 video for a little while until we can get some more information on the game itself. So start next week on Monday. I'll have more videos for you guys ready. And as always, guys, this has been your boy Bo, and I'll see you on the Quidditch pitch.